Cheekyricho's Hot Spinach Cob. Hi and welcome to Cheekyricho's Spinach Cob Dip. We've got a loaf of bread that's called a cob loaf of bread. We're going to stuff it with kale, spinach and chard leaves, bacon, onion and a creamy sauce. You then bake it in the cob and you serve it with the portions of bread that has been taken from inside the cob. Perfect for a potluck, a summer barbecue, or just drinks at the footy. The ingredients are the recipe box below, so let's get started. The first thing that we've done is just chopped our bacon and onion. We've got our chard leaves here. You could use frozen spinach if you like, but I've got chard, spinach and kale here. It's all fresh. I just chopped that quite well. Doesn't matter if there's big chunks and little chunks because it's going to be cooked and it's going to actually sweat down. I find it has a much nicer flavour than the frozen variety and it's not that hard to do. You've got to cook the bacon anyway. Okay, only after a couple of minutes, this is what you should have. It's really like grass clippings. Using my shiny new wok and hot plates for the first time, we're going to add a little oil to the pan and we're going to brown off our bacon and onion. Put it in there. We want a little bit of colour happening here because it'll give it a nice flavour. Okay, we have a little colour happening there. Our pan's getting quite caramelised on the bottom. The onions are quite translucent. And now we're going to send in our garlic. You don't want to do that too early because the garlic, if it cooks too quickly or too much, will get bitter. And it's in with our green stuff. So this is going to make a lot of moisture when it starts to cook down, and we want to sweat that moisture away. If you're using frozen spinach, which of course you could, you would have to squeeze the excess moisture out of it. So that's going to bring those colours off the bottom of the pan here and make it into a really nice flavour. Okay, there's very little moisture in there now, so it's not going to make our cob loaf too soggy. We're going to send in our sweet chilli sauce now. Packaged dried French onion soup. I don't know of another substitute for that. I suppose you could use a spring vegetable or perhaps a sour cream and chives recipe base, and in with our cream cheese. Now we're just using a light cream cheese here. It's about 60% less fat than regular cream cheese. Now you don't want to cook this, you just want to mix it through. So once it warms up, it's room temperature at the moment. Once it warms up, it's going to mix quite well with those vegetables. And we're sending in some sour cream as well. Now only use as much sour cream as you need to make it a nice soft mix. That smoky bacon flavour. And this is literally taken probably not even 10 minutes. Now we hollow out our bread, load it with our cheese mixture here, and then pop it in the oven to bake. So easy to do in the wok. You don't, it's all in one pot actually. And we'll have a little taste of that seasoning. Yummy. Okay, we've got our cob. We've got 3 layers of foil and we put it onto a baking tray or a cookie sheet. And now we're going to cut the top off our cob. And we're going to remove the inside of the cob just with our hands. Pull that off and just remove big chunks, but don't go through the skin of the cob, the bottom or the sides. Just pull these pieces out and just break them into chunks because these are what you're going to be dipping your dip out with later. So just keep gently moving your fingers around the inside without going through the skin and without going through the bottom. Break the chunks off. Chunks off the top as well. And that's what you should have. Okay, see that? Now we just get our cream cheese and spinach mixture and just load our cob. Just spoon it all back into the centre of it. And we're going to bake this 25 minutes at 180 degrees, covered, and at the last minute we're going to open it up so it can brown on the top, and it will actually brown these little pieces as well. Just get our pieces of bread, pop them on a separate baking tray which has been lined with foil, and we just want to toast them slightly at the end. If you put them in for 25 minutes they're going to be cooked into oblivion, and you don't want that. You want to still have some nice soft pieces in the centre. Pop your lid back on, wrapped up with our foil. We'll come to that in 25 minutes. Okay, there's our cob hot from the oven. We're just going to give it a little sprinkle of some smoky paprika. You could use cayenne if you wanted to, just for garnish. There's our lid there, break up later. And just serve it with our bread that's just had a little crust up in the oven. our pieces of bread around and just serve it off the foil. You can fold it back like a little plate if you want to, but this is going to be delicious, and you don't have to worry about losing your plate because you've only wrapped it in foil and your bread is your bowl. Let's have a little taste, shall we? You can either dip it in or just get a little palette knife, just spread it on like so. It's very good. Thanks for watching.